At the beginning of this year, I had a goal for myself to learn more about money and personal finance. And so I rented some books from the library and then was talking to a neighbor who knew one of the founders of WealthKind, and she recommended I look into it. So I did, and then I had a intro call with Lexi and Elena to just kind of get their vibe. And it was amazing. I laid it all down with them, was just more honest than I've probably been with anyone else about my finances and my habits. And I just felt very held and motivated at the same time by how they approached money and made me feel like it was okay and I could do this. So my relationship with money before taking WealthKind's course, WealthKind has a archetype group, and I was a high roller Hannah before, so I pretty much spent all of the extra money that I had every month and unconsciously viewed money as a means to get immediate satisfaction. So buying clothes, going to yoga classes, eating really good food. I just I just went for it in every aspect of my life and tried I tried really hard to budget and restrict and tried all sorts of different worksheets and budget plans, and nothing really stuck. I think during the course and doing the monthly subscription practice since, I I felt like first of all, there's a way through to achieve my financial goals for the life that I want to live while also not being incredibly restrictive in the present. And I think WealthKind has a unique edge compared to other like personal finance platforms that I've tried because Lexi and Delana and you acknowledge that living your rich life is valuable in the present. And if going to a yoga class, even though it costs money, is really important to you, like I should keep doing that. Um, and that just feels really good to feel like there's a way through that can still honor what I like in the present moment and not just be fully restricting for the future. And also, I know Lexi and Delana talk a lot about benchmarks over budgets,
Mm,
and I just think of that a lot because when I work towards being motivated to a goal, I beat myself up less about small things like adding a Netflix subscription or taking an
mm,
extra yoga class, for example. It's about hitting that goal and it's motivating and inspiring. And that mindset shift has really helped me actually achieve goals. Two tools and practices that WealthKind taught me that I've kept and carried and used since I learned them are one is pay yourself first. So I took the class a few months ago and it took me a month or two to fill some savings accounts to the level I wanted to before I set it up. So doing the ongoing coaching just a couple of weeks ago, I finally set up automations so that from every paycheck, a portion of my pay goes immediately to my emergency fund and my mortgage before I get a paycheck every 2 weeks. I just have that, not even have to think about it. It's done. And then I know that the rest comes and I can do with it what I want to per my structure. And then the other thing is WealthKind helped me get clear on what I actually cared about. I was, like I said, kind of freely spending as I wished. And it was really hard work for me during the course to map out what my rich life looked like because I had never really thought about it like that before. And knowing that as someone with a decent job, I have some options, like being able to actually spend more money on things I really like was a whole reversal of my my brain patterns. And I've gotten so much clearer where like I prioritize home cleaning and fitness more than I ever did. Like I wasn't doing
Mm.
either. I wasn't paying for classes. I had a fitness subscription online and that's it. And it has, as silly as that sounds, getting clear and flipping my spend mostly from clothes to hiring cleaners to come to my house and going to fitness classes and training has just like that has even actually created dominoes where like it's motivated me in other aspects of my life beyond money. And all it took was or transferring where I was spending. One mindset shift that has been massive for me, as simple as this sounds, is that I'm okay. I'm actually really happy with the systems I have in place. And like, even though things are a work in progress and I'm going to be working towards saving for my full emergency fund over the next year, it feels good and I'm good. And I think before the class, I had just this underlying stress driven by my finances because I was overspending and not keeping track of things. Like if I did go to a yoga class with a friend, there would be a tiny voice of like, is this gonna, just on top of everything, is this gonna push me over the edge? So, um, feeling that grounded commitment to the present and the future makes me feel like I'm okay. I have a new perspective on how much things cost since then. Like, I'm even more careful about eating groceries through sooner or like a pair of jeans. It's so easy to spend $200 on them, but like Gap has amazing jeans for $40. And as like my body changes and I want a new pair of jeans, I have a new perspective on how much I want to spend to protect my money because it's very easy for things to get expensive. My relationship with my boyfriend and WealthKind are definitely interwoven because there had been about a year leading up to taking the course of a little bit of tension between us because we co-own a house and um, he views his money and manages it differently than I had been. So we had a little bit of conflict around that, and I really wanted to achieve the goals that we had together, and my habits were keeping me from getting there. I think that is another huge outcome that is like ever evolving since starting taking the course. Um, our relationship has become stronger in the financial realm and overall because A, I'm just more educated and aware of personal finance, what's happening with my money, what my goals are. And I've said little things to him like, oh, I just set up my Fidelity automatic investment. And he's like, what? I I can have actual conversations with him about money and not feel so stressed. And it's building even more trust between us because of what I've learned at WealthKind, to be honest. Because I think, he's different than me, and because WealthKind honors, me in the present and what I need for my wellness, I'm able to, really be clear on why I'm spending my money in certain areas. Not not that that's different, but he's just a different person with different priorities. So one of the biggest ways that WealthKind has impacted my life beyond finances is I have had a domino effect since taking the course where I've applied some of the shifts that I've learned and tools to other aspects of my life. For example, like I just think about my fitness journey since. Um, I feel stronger and happier inside my body day to day. And that is like huge. That's a huge, huge win. And I really think just
Mm,
being clear that that was something I valued and wanted to dedicate my time and energy towards, and then showing up and just even switching my mindset. Like when I go to a class now that I've paid for, I think of it as like an experience that I'm just gonna be curious and learn how it feels. And it's for me and it's special. That, I don't know, that shift has really changed things for me. And I definitely like learned that and stressed that muscle through what I've been learning with money because it's like something to cherish and also just like get curious about rather than, have negative self-talk about. So I think that's the biggest
mm,
thing. The setting up of structures and systems has really, really helped me, and now I also love them. Today, building my rich life means, I think, first of all, a base sense of bulletproof, rock hard security that I have and am contributing to an emergency fund for financial safety so that I always have a financial safety net if something happens. And then from there, I have the ability to enjoy my money on things that I really care about. And I can't have it all, but I actually don't want it all. I I want to like just focus on what I truly actually care about and put my money to that. And I think my sense of my rich life will change over time. Right now, not having kids, I'm able to spend a little bit more time and energy on myself, my mental health and my physical health, and then a couple trips too.